Hey everybody, it's TR, and today's video is going to be on wiring Stratocasters and how they're put together. I was watching J-Man's video and he was fixing up a made in Korea Squire Strat for somebody, and he posed a question: does the Strat have a tone control on the bridge pickup? Because he's like, I'm not a Strat guy, I don't know. Well, I have Strats. I don't know if I call myself a Strat guy, but I have Strats. Broke an E string too. Pulled this down off the wall to use it to demonstrate this and tuned it up, and pow! I hate that when that happens. I may or may not have loosened and retightened these strings to do some work on the end of the frets over the winter, and that's probably what did it. Especially with locking tuners. You loosen them and tighten them a couple of times and they're gone. Anyhow, as I look at the rolled edges here on my fingerboard where you can see the nice shiny finish is worn off to get the soft edge, and you know what, they gotta feel good, and I digress. Anyways, tone control. So this has a Duncan hot rail on the bridge that I put in, but I didn't change anything else. Okay, I just unsoldered and soldered the new pickup, so all the wiring is original from the factory Fender. This is a 2010 made in Mexico. They used to not have tone controls for the bridge. I'm noticing the newer ones, I think they are. I'm thinking a lot of the newer ones do have the bridge wired through a tone control, but old school, no. So, you know, your mileage may vary. So let me demonstrate this. I'll turn the tone knobs. Here, this is the bridge pickup. No change, right? Volume works. Let's go to the middle pickup. That'd be that one, and then the neck. That'd be that one, okay? Now let's switch Stratocasters. This is gonna hum, sorry. Maybe I can mute the sound out on that in the mix, huh? So this is a Strat that I have wired completely. Bridge pickup's got a tone. Let's check the middle. That doesn't work the middle. Let's try the one that worked the bridge. Well, what do you know? This one's working both of those. And then this one probably works the neck, right? Yes, it does. So, what this is my 92 made in Mexico Strat neck, and my 92 made in Mexico Strat got a new souped up neck. And I had this neck, and I had this really cool Daphne blue Squire, and thought, you know what, let's put the Fender neck on it. And then I thought, let's soup up the electronics. So I changed out the switch, the pots, the capacitor. I did keep the two Duncan design pickups in the bridge and middle, but I put a real Duncan hot rail pickup. Anyways, so I got to wire this the way I wanted to, and I wired it for, accidentally, but I wired it for the bridge pickup to have the tone control, and I am going to show you how to do that if you have a Strat that doesn't have a tone control on the bridge and you want to change it over. It's not really hard. You do need some basic soldering skills, but if you got a little piece of wire that long and you can solder, you can do this. So I'll show you. Here we have our basic wiring for a Stratocaster with a 5-way switch, one volume, two tones, just as most of them come. And as mentioned, the bridge pickup does not have a tone control. And we're going to show you how this works. So this is your output jack right here. And it's going to have the ground, which is the sleeve, and the hot, which is the tip. You can see the ground is going to the back of the potentiometer. It's grounding out. That's the ground. The tip, however, comes to the middle wiper of this, which is your volume pot right here. How this works is there's a wiper which will send this to either this side or this side. You'll see this side is to ground. When you connect your hot on your pickup to ground, that is off. There is no signal, there is no sound, it's nothing, it's dead, it's off. So as you turn towards the 0, with the way this is set up, it sends all the signal to this side, which puts it off. If you turn it to 10, it sends it all to this side, which is fully on, sort of bypassing this. There is a load as it goes through here though, so that's why it will affect your sound a little. If you got super ears, you might hear it. That's why the difference with the pots, with how many K they are, is going to determine the amount of resistance through the pot. Anyhow, you'll see that this hot continues to this side of the switch, goes down this little gray wire and over to this side of the switch. Why? Well, these are actually two switches. Each side of this switch, your standard blade switch on a Strat, is two switches. Each side is independent of each other. By connecting these together, it makes them one big switch with two lugs on each switch. So, how this works is, if you trace these wires, you'll have to trust me on this, you can trace them. See, you're going to have bridge, middle, neck, and then the common, which is what they're connecting to. As you turn the switch on, you'll get this, you'll get both of these, you'll get this, you'll get both of these, you'll get this. Just how your switch works with your pickups. And then this is where it's outputting the signal. Now, we jumper this across to this side, and now you have the opposite. You will have neck, middle, bridge. So bridge, middle, neck, middle, bridge. They're like mirror images of each other. They're utilizing this side to send signal to ground through these potentiometers. Well, if the signal goes to ground, it'll just turn the volume off like it does with this one, right? Yes, except you have a capacitor wired in here. And by the way, I've seen some of the Lamb-Sam kits with double capacitors, and I don't know why, because the way this system works is these two are sharing the same capacitor to go to ground, okay? So you only need the one capacitor. Both tone pots can use the same capacitor. So that's what it's doing. So the signal going to ground goes through that capacitor, which is only going to filter out the high frequency signals to ground. The low frequency aren't getting through, they're not going to ground, they remain, which is how your tone control works. So this lug here for the bridge pickup could be connected to a third tone control somewhere, but then you'd have 4 controls on your Strat, and what a mess, right? I'm not sure why Leo decided this was the way to do it, but Leo did. So probably because they wanted the bridge to be as bright as it could be, and they wanted you to be able to tame the other ones down. I don't know. Who knows? So all you will need to do, if you really want to utilize one of these controls, you can share. This will be your, I got to think of how I'm looking at this now because it's upside down to me. This will be your neck tone, and then this will be your middle tone. Yeah, that's how they work. Middle tone's not the middle knob. Anyways, what you would do is you would buddy it up. So you see this one here is going to this lug. This is your bridge. If you jumper them and connect them, now this potentiometer, that is your middle tone control, will control the tone on both pickups. Both the middle and bridge will run off of this potentiometer. So you simply just have to connect them together. There. We had a wire in here. And now this control will control the tone of both your middle and bridge pickup. That simple. You want the middle and out of a tone control, well, just move this one over, whatever. I mean, you could do. And that's it's that simple. You get, even if you don't know crap, if you can solder just a little bit, get into your guitar and add that wire, and now your bridge pickup has a tone control. Cool, huh?